Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Got a big game coming up on Saturday. Our fan base seems eerily quiet. They seem eerily quiet right now. Saturday's game against Missouri, absolutely huge for Josh Heupel in this football program. Look, you control your own destiny as far as you can still go win 10 football games. You got an outside shot at the SEC, but of course you got to be pulling for Lane Kiffin against the Georgia Bulldogs on Saturday. But Tennessee favored by a point. I think the line is down to 1 over Missouri. You got to go on the road. They're a pretty good football team. They're sitting at 7-2 on the year. Who have they beat? But the same question could be asked about Tennessee. Who has Tennessee beat? You know, if you're going to go win 9-10 football games, it starts on Saturday against Missouri. And you know, I made the comment in yesterday's video talking about recruiting, but I made the outside comment. I said that some people, not myself, I said some people would consider this season a huge disappointment if Tennessee doesn't finish this thing off and they end up 8-4. That's the comment that I made, and somebody took that the wrong way and said that I was not happy with Josh Heupel. Man, what he's done in 3 years has been impressive. You go back to year one and you look at what this roster looked like, right? I mean, you had long snappers taking reps at linebacker because we didn't have enough warm bodies to go out there and fill the defense. You got to go back to 2001. 2001 was the last time the Tennessee Volunteers won 11 games. Josh Heupel did it in year 2. We're talking about a 5-6 year rebuild. Josh Heupel did it in year 2. We've all seen the stat. Going into November with 6 wins. It's only happened twice since Philip Fulmer left this university. Both times were Josh Heupel, 2022 and now 2023. You go through the coaching carousel. Because some of the comments that I see about 8-4, oh, Boogie, 8-4 is a great year. That's a great year. You must have forgot. You must have forgot about Derek Dooley and Butch Jones. Let me tell you something, boys. I didn't forget. I lived through the misery just the same as you guys did. Lane Kiffin won 7 games when he was here. Derek Dooley never won more than 6 games. Butch won 9 twice. Butch was close. He won 9 games twice, but both of those years were 8-4 seasons. So here we sit facing an 8-4 season. Not many coaches prior to Josh Heupel were able to win 8 games. Jeremy Pruitt never won 8 games in the regular season. He went 7-5 in 2019, finished it off with a Gator Bowl victory, and had 8 wins after the postseason. But are you satisfied? Is 8-4 a disappointment in year 3 of the Josh Heupel era? And again, two things can be true. You can talk about, you know, being remembering the years, remembering the 6-win seasons, the 7-win seasons, fighting to get bowl eligible, and also realize where we've come. We're going to listen to what Rodney Garner had to say. He made a comment about where this football team is at right now. We'll get into that. We'll break it down. We're going to talk about, are you satisfied? Are you celebrating? Are you celebrating failure? That's the question today. We're going to get into it and talk about it. But as always, do me a favor and smash that thumbs up just below the video. It's quick, free, and easy, and it does help this channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't talk at you here. We talk with you. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Going to be live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to break down this Tennessee-Missouri game. We're going to make our final predictions. And then NCAA night has been moved to tomorrow night, Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We'll play some NCAA football, and we'll talk all things Tennessee football. But let's jump into it. Let's hear what Rodney Garner had to say when asked about the progress that this team has made since he arrived a couple of years ago to now, midway, almost towards the end of year 3. Boys, you got to enjoy, man. We only get 12 games a year. They come, they go, and then it's all off-season talk. But let's hear what Rodney Garner had to say and kind of break down these comments.
Well, obviously, I think that's, compliments to the young men in the program that have bought into what we've been preaching. We're blessed, to have some really good young men. I think, they were, guys have been beaten down. It's been a long time since, Tennessee have been back, to the elite status that Tennessee's used to. So, obviously, for those guys that started out with us, that first year, for us to, win 7, games, I thought that was great. Then turn around and back it up with last year, just seeing the improvement. I think they're taking more pride into, getting the program back to where it belongs. And, these kids have bought into it. They're doing the little things. Leadership's starting to show up in the locker room, which I think anytime in this league that you have a good program, it needs to be peer-led. Obviously, we don't mind leading as coaches, but, we have to be honest with ourselves, for it to be really effective, we need the kids to buy into it. and we need the kids to hold each other accountable. And I think our guys have done a much better job of doing that. And, not having to start over, day one every day, that we're able to move the needle and pick up where we left off. And still, guys, we got a long ways to go. I mean, we all know that. We got to continue to improve in all facets of our game. And, we can't ever become, satisfied, not like that we did anything to be satisfied with. But we've got to keep working hard to try to improve every day.
I love that from Coach Garner. Now, I know that he's a guy that's probably never satisfied. He's a football coach, right? He demands perfection. You're never going to get perfection. What's the quote from Heupel? Ain't got to be perfect, ain't going to be perfect. Just go out and compete for 60 minutes. He's talking about Tennessee getting back to that elite level. He says it's been a long time since we've been to that level. It sounds like he's talking out of both sides of his mouth, but what he's saying is, hey, we're proud of what we did in year one. We're proud that we went out and won 7 games. Everybody knows what this football team had in year one. And then you follow that up last year, the special ride, going and winning 11 games, the win over Alabama. You won some games you weren't supposed to win, but you also lost a game against South Carolina that you weren't supposed to lose. But, it goes back to the previous quote that I played from him a lot. Kids don't come to Tennessee to win 7 games. They don't come to Tennessee to go 8-4 and celebrate. Job well done, boys. We did okay. We won 8 games. Don't you remember when we sucked and used to win 4? No, that's not the mindset that they have. You come to Tennessee to win championships, SEC championships, national championships. That's what Rodney Garner's talking about when he's talking about getting back to the elite level. So do I consider 8-4 a huge disappointment? No, not a huge disappointment, but I'm not going to celebrate failure. I'm not. I'm just not. Tennessee needs to go out and take care of business on Missouri. I think the magic number for me is 9. And when you look at the body of work, when you look at what Tennessee has done so far this season, you pull up the schedule. There's 2 things that stand out to me that make this season, I'm not saying a failure, but I'm saying a failure for lack of words. You were favored. Tennessee was favored by Vegas to win every single game on this schedule outside of Alabama and Georgia. So again, the goal for Tennessee is to win the SEC championship, right? It's to get to Atlanta. It's to win every freaking game. Aaron Beasley said it with the media earlier in the year. Our goal is to go out and win every single football game. So am I ready to burn it to the ground? Am I ready to fire Josh Heupel and make moves and make changes because they go out and win 8 games? No, absolutely not. But am I going to get on here and celebrate failure if they lose to Missouri on Saturday and they lose to Georgia next Saturday? Am I going to get on here and celebrate failure? You don't have to burn it to the ground, but I'm not celebrating 8-4. I don't think 8-4 is good enough. Call me a negaval. Call me whatever you want. I think I'm pretty much a realist. You were favored to beat Florida. You went down to the swamp and you laid an egg. Ifs, ands, and buts. Cooper Mays was hurt. Boogie, this happened, that happened. You're right, it happens. It's football. Everybody's playing with injuries. Alabama, I'll give you. That's a game that you were predicted to lose. You were on the road. Alabama's got great talent. But now you're going on the road to play a Missouri team that you are favored to beat. On the road. It is on the road, and you are favored to win. That tells me you got better coaching. That tells me you got better talent. That tells me you better go take care of business. It is a big game. It is an important game. It is a crucial game in my mind to keep the momentum rolling. You win that Missouri game, you got an opportunity to go win 10 games. You're pretty much locked in a 9-win season. But the problem to me when I talk about looking back at 2023, you lost right now, I'm going to stop talking about Missouri. Right now, you've lost 1 game that you were supposed to win. That Florida is a big sore spot on the schedule when you look at what Tennessee's done. Where would they be in the rankings right now? Would they have a shot? Would they have a shot at a college football playoff? I'll tell you what, they would have a shot at Atlanta. You went down to the swamp and you took care of business. You've got a shot at Atlanta because you control your own destiny by playing Missouri, Georgia, and Vanderbilt. Now you don't have that. So as I sit here with 3 games left in this season, am I unsatisfied? Absolutely not. I think Josh Heupel's the guy. I think he's a great coach. I think we got some great players. I think we are continuing to rebuild this thing. We got a pretty dang good quarterback sitting on the bench getting ready to take over. We'll see what he's able to do with this football team. But I want to hear from you guys. If this thing finishes off 8-4, are you going to celebrate that? Are you going to celebrate failure? Or are you going to say, I'm just not satisfied? I'm not satisfied. You got to put more work in. You got to continue to get better. Curious to see how the comments go on this one. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people not happy with what I had to say, but I'm not going to celebrate failure. I'm not Butch Jones. The best thing that could happen would be Tennessee just go out on Saturday and take care of business. Then we don't have to have this conversation again. But I felt like the way the comments went last video off of one little thing that I said, I felt like it was worth talking about. So let's jump into the comment section. Let's get into it. As always, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the merchandise. The link is in the description below. Bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. Also, you can support this channel. You can keep this channel running by hitting the join button. Hit the join button down below. It's right beside subscribe. You can give $1 a month to get a Power T beside your name, access to fan call-in shows, custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, all kinds of fun perks and benefits. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.